Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is gzduel here today, as promised, to play some Fabled. I really like the unicorn version, even though it's maybe not the best consistent version, but like it's fun because you get to control what your opponent does, and when you have him on lockdown, is really you feel like a sense of power, and it's pretty cool. So I began with a pretty good starting hand. I got into my tour guide, so that basically allowed me to get rid of all of the Kushanos from my deck. My opponent's playing Samurai, which is like inherently very good matchup for me because I really don't depend on spell and traps. I depend on negating his monster effects. But that being said, if my opponent does somehow get Shien, which has higher attack than my unicorn, I will be in some sort of trouble, but it seems like he didn't have anything, so I'm free to just go off right now. So what I decided to do is get Kushano and then use Cruz's effect. I kind of misplay here. I thought I had another Kushano in the graveyard, but whatever, it's okay. So I was forced to use my Mechwhip Engineer's effect to basically get rid of the Kushano, and then when I have the Kushano in my hand, I can then use it to synchro into the unicorn. So I have 2 cards in my hand, he has 2 cards in his hand. When I attack, he won't be able to do anything significant to me, he won't be able to activate anything, and I can just do direct damage to him. So that's a pretty good start for me, as long as I control from now on, as long as I control the same number of cards in his hand as it is in my hand, I should be okay. Now, I did not account for the fact that he has a move basically which he can get rid of all of his hand, so that's kind of a misstep on my part. I should have probably set the Fiendish Chain just in case, but I was kind of dumb, but it's okay because I still have Mechwhip Engineer. That's why I begin with the Mechwhip Engineer because it's such a safe move, because your unicorn is inherently weak to monster attacking you, so having a Mechwhip Engineer really helps defend your unicorn for at least a turn. Okay, so I draw into Honest, so that gives me an out to his Shien, so that's pretty good. I summon out the Kushano, and then I'm going to go for the Ancient Fairy Dragon. I'm going to set my Fiendish Chain so that I don't have any cards when I attack with Honest and discard Honest. He won't be able to activate anything in my main phase 2, so I should be okay. And I set the Fiendish Chain, so next turn when he does attack with his Great Shien Shogun, I will be able to just use Fiendish Chain on it and won't be able to do anything. Plus, I have a Jar of Greed. I like playing Jar of Greed because that controls the number of cards I have access to in my hand. So, even if he tries to activate cards when he has a card in my hand while I don't, I can add a card to my hand with Jar of Greed and negate the effect anyway. So that's pretty next level mind gaming. So I chained up his monsters, so that's pretty good. I draw into Allure Darkness, won't help me this turn, but I'm going to set it. I really like decks that have draw power, so in all my decks nowadays, you see I have a lot of draw power included. My opponent draws into, not a very great card. I don't know why he would play this. I think Call of the Haunted is just infinitely better, but I don't know. There might be some madness. There might be some method to his madness. You guys will tell me if you think that this card is really good or playable. Now he has 2 cards in his hand, which makes me kind of nervous, but it seems like he can't play them, so he set both of them. So in fact, he can't play anything now because he has no cards and I have no cards. I finally draw into Cruz, and then I can therefore use the effect of Kushano, discard Cruz. Cruz will bring back my level 1 monster, and then I'm going to summon out Kushano. Reason why I'm doing all of this is I want to get rid of all the cards in my hand, go for Armory Arm, and then with the remainder of the damage I'm able to put on him with the effect of Armory Arm, I'm able to make a game. So I really like this deck. It controls what your opponent does, and it's just a lot of fun to play. So I hope to play some more, refine the deck a bit more, and I'll give you guys a deck profile. But until then, this is Gary gzduel signing out.